Success Mantra is a program which features people, successful individuals from various walks of life. They are less known heroes who believe in their dreams and have conviction to live their full potential. Idols, icons, innovators who care to live every moment on their own terms. Welcome to another edition of Success Mantra, and I'm really delighted that we have been continuously getting beautiful guests who are coming and enlightening us. Likewise, today we have CK Arora, who's a happiness coach, which is an interesting concept. We will get to know more about it. He comes with 38 years of experience in the IT, ITES, and of course, he'll tell us more about what he has been doing all these years. So, CK, wonderful to have you on the show. Thank you so much for making time.
Thank you, Sonali, for having me here. It's really exciting times, because my coach herself is inviting me for a discussion. What better than that? So thank you very much for inviting me here.
Wonderful. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey, and what are the various things you're doing, and how did you land up with being a happiness coach?
Sure. So I started my career in 1982 when I was 22 years old, and my first 20 years were into IT field. And I was very lucky to have worked on projects of national importance like Asian Games 1982. Then I did the computerization of Rashtrapati Bhavan, and I was also part of the annual survey of industries. And then I was pioneer member of a team which computerized the DOT, Department of Telecom in India. And then I was delegated to Singapore in Fujitsu for computer-aided learning system, now we call as e-learning. And then another project in Oman. And after that, I migrated to Australia, and there I was working for Toyota and Accenture. Came back for love of my family as well as my country. And then I was a member of top management teams in several companies.
Awesome.
And
awesome.
Thank you. After the IT career, I thought that I must go for, higher management levels. So I enrolled myself for MBA program from Delhi University, FMS. And then I was, promoted as Chief Technology Officer in Shell India and a couple of other companies. And once I was there, I realized that I'm already hitting the glass ceiling. I must now try my hands at entrepreneurship.
Beautiful.
So I started my e-learning company, and then once I was in e-learning setup, I realized that learning is my true passion. So I was also invited by my alma mater, FMS, to teach the MBA students because they like my background and my speaking style. So that was the beginning of my teaching and training career. And once I was there, I thought that training is one to many. But if you go deeply into coaching and mentoring of top executives, then you can add value to the different individuals as well as the organizations in a deeper way. So I then enrolled myself into NLP and EFT, and you were the teacher at the ICF college.
Beautiful.
So you taught me in the ICF competencies, and now this has become my passion. Now, once I was into coaching and mentoring, I realized that I need to find a niche. So that's where I talked to a couple of my friends and colleagues and my customers. I asked them blatant question. What do you think I'm doing differently than others? And one thing that everybody said, that I am always laughing and I'm always happy, I'm cheerful and always give smile. I see positive sides of things, and so that's how this happiness word came into existence. So now I call myself as happiness coach.
Wow, congratulations on that. So it's really exciting to see, because in today's world,
happiness is something that people are grappling with, especially in the pandemic times. And to keep yourself as well as your surroundings, your other people around your environment happy is like a very noble profession to be in. So CK, you were just mentioning that you've been across the world in various countries, executing many projects and, leading your career from one success to the other. So what does success really mean to you? How would you define success?
So thanks for asking me this question, because I feel that success is the progressive relation of the worthy ideals. So this is the standard definition that I've come across, said by so many motivational speakers. But I find that there is no unique definition to success. Success doesn't come from the luck, fate, or magic.
Right.
It comes from evaluating your own current position and where you want to be in the next month or next year or next quarter or next decade. So if you are able to decide your next set of goals, and if you are able to achieve them, I would call that as success. So for me, like getting MTech and MBA degrees, and getting entry into IT industry, getting into middle management and top management positions, getting into starting my own IT company, becoming a happiness coach, for example.
Absolutely.
So whatever I thought and I could achieve it, it's success.
Right.
And it doesn't stop it there just at the professional angles. You can also look at from your family side, personal side.
Right.
So I'm being able to marry the girl of my choice, that is also success.
Absolutely.
Right?
True.
Raising two wonderful kids along with my wife is also success.
Right.
And writing a book, that was one of my goals. So I did that this year in January, as you are aware.
Yeah.
So that was also a success. So you can define success at each and every micro level as well as at a major level. And if you are able to achieve it, you are successful. As simple as that. And for those were the things that I talked about the past, and you can't rest on the past laurels, as they say.
Absolutely. Right.
So my next ambition is to make a difference in the lives of 1 million people. I say that in a jocular fashion, that I want to make them laugh all the way to the bank, doing what they are most passionate about.
Beautiful. This is very well said. I want them to laugh their way to the bank. I think that financial aspect is one of the major criteria when it comes to success. At least from the external locus of control, a lot of people evaluate you based on that. So CK, one more question on that end, because like you have always kind of taken the next step and you let go the other laurels which you have already achieved, right? So how does it feel to let go of something that you have cherished, whether it's your position, whether it's your power, and then like step into an unknown territory?
Yeah, so that excites me actually, because I love challenges, and without challenge there is no life. So you must have hunger for success. Only if you have hunger for success, then only you can progress and grow in your career as well as personal life.
True.
So hunger is the first requirement, and then once you know where you are going, you must put your blinkers on, and you must focus only in one direction.
Right.
You have to put all your energy in one direction and forget about everything else. And you have to be persistent despite the adverse situations which definitely will come on your way, and you must also be prepared to seek help from others. Like I always saw that you are there to guide me, when I was doing ICF course.
Absolutely.
So you have to network with the right people, and you have to be resourceful, and cultivating the mindset of a winner,
Right.
and
Right.
always striving to achieve more. Is that
Absolutely.
my
Mm.
way of looking at things, you know?
So when you look back, which has been the biggest success or biggest achievement in your life?
Well, it's very strange because I discussed each and every previous achievement with you, and
Mm.
just I believe that I must live in the present, and
Mhm.
therefore being interviewed by a
Yeah.
person of your stature is
Mm.
what I call as success, you know. So this is the most important achievement right now.
Mm. Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. Why
yeah,
not?
yeah.
Mm.
I'm
Mm.
really grateful that you
Mm.
found me worthy of being
Mm.
interviewed, you know. So
Absolutely. Come
thanks
on.
again.
No, jokes apart, the
Yeah.
way, like you're so humble about all the great achievements of your life. And at the same time, what I really kind of admire about you is the fact that you don't rest. You're constantly, evolving with time, right? And that's the reason I asked you, right, that like you have been a CTO, you've been a professor, and you let go of those achievements, right? So it was done, it's done and dusted. Now what's the next thing that I can explore within myself? So I think that calls for a lot of guts in people to go there and show up and make those things happen, and which you always have this fire in the belly kind of an attitude, which I feel a lot of people can benefit from. And to top it all, you have taken a topic which is one of the most difficult ones, which is happiness, right? So no matter what you take and what you work with your coaches with, there's always a sense of gap, right? Whether it's in the profession, whether it's in personal life, relationship, social life, somewhere that gap causes the unhappiness, right?
Mhm.
And the way you simplify, I've seen some of your videos and some of your talks, the way you simplify the entire process of being happy is something amazing. Would you like to share a little with us on that?
Yeah, sure. You know, so what I do is I work with people who are having challenges, you know, whether they are having challenge in the personal life or professional life. So what I do is first I give myself a chance to understand about them, you know. So
Sure.
my coaching programs don't run into just an hour or two, you know, it's a series of sessions that we, you know, agree to work upon, you know. So in the first couple of sessions, I just give 95% of the airtime to my, you know, audience, you know.
Right.
I try to understand what are their challenges, what has been their journey, what are the achievements they have done, you know, and why can't they translate those achievements into solving their issues which they are facing right now, you know. So I
Sure.
need to jot down a lot of notes, you know, to understand their history, their challenges, and then
Beautiful.
once I do that work,
Hmm.
then I understand their vision, mission,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
goals, you know, what they
Right.
are trying to do over the next year or 5 years or 10 years, you know. So and then I also find out what are the gaps, you know, between
Right.
what they have and what they should have, you know,
Sure.
in order to bridge those gaps. And so I'm ready and armed with you know, the strategies, sessions, and armed with a lot of tools to
Right.
help them. So this
Okay.
is in general my strategy of helping my clients.
Beautiful. And what's the is there any kind of analytics you have in terms of what age group of people are most likely to be in your client list?
Yeah, sure. So my ideal age group is
Hmm.
middle-aged people, you know.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. Hmm.
because I found that at when I was 40 years old, you know,
Hmm. Hmm.
I thought that I have hit the glass ceiling, you know,
Right.
and I
Right.
wanted to transfer my success from corporate to the entrepreneurship, you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that is where I found that all the most of the people I have spoken to, they face the same kind of challenges, because the corporate ladder is like pyramidical, not
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
will be will end up like a CEO,
Right.
So there are going to be frustrations, there are going to be organization politics, and there is going to be challenges on the health front as you become a middle-aged person, So
Right.
not only you yourself and your spouse, but your children are also going through all those, hormonal
Right.
change at that
Very
time.
true. Well said.
So that's where I come in, because I've been there, I've done that, and I could successfully come out of that, those set of challenges. I feel that I'm best equipped to handle such type of clients. Although, as they say, I have also taught at, FMS, MBA students, so they connect with me very well. They are all future CEOs, So
Right.
students is a segment that I connect very well.
Beautiful, beautiful. So in this journey, who has been the most important role model who has inspired you to, stay on track and keep going?
Yeah. So my constant source of inspiration has been Tony Robbins.
Beautiful.
I've been watching his videos over a number of years, and then finally, in 2018, I was lucky to have attended his program, and in Singapore, Unleash the Power Within. And that actually was very fantastic 4 days in my life, because each and every word that he narrated, each and every education that I got, I felt that there is deja vu moment, because I have watched most of his videos, and not just himself, most of the trainers, like I've been trained by a lot of the top names like Jack Canfield and Robert Kiyosaki and Dr. John Martini, Brian Tracy, Les Brown, T. Harbecker, all these people, they have the similar kind of thought pattern, So once I was trained by all these set of eminent people, I found that there is an instant connect with Tony Robbins, because Tony Robbins is Tony Robbins, and he has made so much progress in the training industry, coaching industry. Nobody else has done that, and he's outpaced his own coaches,
Right.
And he has no qualms about letting everybody know that he's modeling his own trainers,
Right.
And I find that if I model Tony Robbins and I model other trainers that I mentioned, I am already on the success path. So those were the people I try to emulate.
Excellent. So when you went, went for this 4-day course that you went with Tony Robbins, what were the 3 most critical learnings from that session?
Yeah. So first thing was that he did firewalk, exercise with me, So it was fantastic, because all the fears are inside here, If you let go of your fears, you become unstoppable. That was the first learning. Second was that we must model, like I was saying earlier, we must, there has to be, even, and you and me know that we have been doing
absolutely
NLP, So NLP means you have to jot down the success practices of the people who are achievers already. So if you can jot down the success patterns and just walk the talk, you will definitely be successful. And thirdly, that you must have the courage to be different. You don't just, one thing I'm saying that you model the successful people, but on the other side, you have to find your own unique path also.
Very true.
Otherwise, how will you be different from others? So those are the 3 major learnings that I found.
Beautiful. So, the first time that I did, firewalk, even I had a great moment, because it really, makes you feel that, okay, why am I repeating the same mistakes or craving for something which is already done and dusted? It's time to really go forge ahead for my dreams and get there. So I think it's very empowering, kind of a metaphor which is used during trainings. And of course, Tony Robbins brings a different flair, different energy to the workshop that he does. Beautiful. And CK, fantastic journey throughout your life. Have you ever had any kind of failures where you have felt that, okay, this is something which is bothering you, and how do you deal with them?
Yeah. So I think you and I had a chat earlier also on this topic. My biggest failure was my $3.3 million loss,
Cryptocurrency.
Yes, and I overcame that just by forgiving that person, because money is gone. Why should I lose my sleep and my health over it? Right? So forgiveness is the biggest tool I strongly advocate for everybody. You have to let go of the situation. Only when you accept that the reality, the hard reality, only then you will be able to move further in your life.
Beautiful.
If you are stuck there, doing all the turnarounds in the courts and police and all that, you will end up losing more of your energy and time and money.
Absolutely. Very true. Very true. And, like in this journey, you have done so many things. What's been the most favorite phase in your life? As in when you were in Australia or you were in Oman, you were executing new projects, that phase versus your coaching phase versus your entrepreneurship and the CTO phase, which phase do you really cherish when you look back?
So I live my life fully, wherever I am, I live in the present. So it will be very difficult for me to pinpoint a single phase of my life where I was the happiest. But I feel that the current moment is always the happiest. So being with you again, I'm repeating myself, being with you is the happiest moment right now.
Beautiful.
Whatever is past, you can't repeat the past. You can't be in the future, you have to be in the present. So
how did you achieve this? This is a great thing to achieve, that being in the moment and being happy in that moment is all that matters. How did you achieve that?
Yeah, because if you dwell too much on the past, if you are worrying too much about the future, you will lose the present also. Present is the only moment where you can do something. The action is in the present. Other areas like past and future, they are not in your control.
Beautiful.
Okay, so if you are having a good experience about the past, why you have to live in the past again? If you are having bad experience, then there is no point in even thinking about it. But yes, thinking about the past is a tool that I actually use for my clients. When they are so much tired, so much worried, then I take them to the memory lane and try to make them relive the past moments. So that's where the tool can be useful. But other than that, one has to always be in the present, be in the moment, and you will find that there is so much of gratitude. Let's consider the moment right now. You and me are connected through internet, so we have to be thankful to the internet. We have to be thankful to our laptops, to our cameras, to our audio system, and also we have to be thankful to the people who are going to watch this interview.
Absolutely, very true.
Because without any audience, the teachers and speakers and interviewers and interviewees have no role, right?
Absolutely, I agree.
If they are paying us attention, I mean, that is
it's a win-win for all of us.
Exactly.
Very true. And any thoughts on what's going on across the world today in terms of the pandemic, in terms of the challenges that every person is facing during the lockdown and the fear which is there?
Absolutely. So the pandemic has brought with it a lot of opportunities as well as a lot of grief for different people. Like for a company like Zoom, this has been the biggest opportunity to grow.
Absolutely, very true.
And there are other sectors like healthcare sector that is zooming, that is growing by leaps and bounds. And then another industry is home delivery. The e-commerce industry.
Absolutely.
So you have to look at the positive side of things and try to do something in that industry, which is zooming, which is growing, which is actually able to make huge money, huge impact on the lives of people.
Right. Right.
So my take on this is that we must always think about the opportunities and not worry about the losses. Losses will be always there. We can't avoid them. But what we can do is we can transition ourselves to an industry which is growing.
Beautiful. I think that's really well said and well kind of analyzed, because end of the day, there are people who are doing immensely well even during this time. And we just need to look for the right opportunities even in our own life in terms of taking it forward. So thank you so much, CK, for being here and of course sharing your thoughts. Before we part, what is this one mantra that you want to share with the audience and with all of us, which you think is going to help everyone?
Yeah, so we must always go beyond our normal set of people. We have to escalate our circle of professional as well as social people. It's called satsang. You are the average of 5 people you meet most often.
Right.
Yeah. So if you want to increase your success, you have to increase your vibration. And in order to increase your vibration, you have to be with the people who are vibrating at a higher level. And you must also think about giving more than expecting to receive from others.
Right.
Always think about how you can contribute to other people's lives. And I'm repeating myself, we have to practice letting go, and forgiveness, and avoid blaming others for whatever goes wrong, and laugh every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I know.
So that's my golden prescription to everybody I meet. Laugh 15 minutes every morning, like you do
15
meditation.
minutes. You can keep laughing 15 minutes just like that.
Yes.
Wow. That's a good one. I like that. I take that prescription very seriously. In fact, some people say even when things are like this, how can you laugh? I said that is actually the remedy to come out of such things.
Absolutely.
And feel good about life. So fantastic. Give us gain, satsang, and letting go. And of course, most important one, laugh every day for at least 15 minutes. That itself will, kind of increase your vibrations and of course keep you in a good state. Like Tony always says that watch your state. That's very important. So fantastic, CK, once again. Thank you very much. And we look forward to more sessions with you.
All right. Thank you very much.